Hey, so it's Chelsea here with Tiny Living Adventure. I am just leaving the closing of the tiny house, and it's pretty wild. I can remember a few houses back. We've owned a few houses in between here before building the tiny house, and I can remember how excited we were to be buying a house and how much of that was our dream. And it's very interesting to be sitting here now and having a completely different dream and not really wanting to own a house. It's pretty crazy. It's just, within, 5 years time, 6 years time, it's changed quite drastically for us. So I am sitting in the van, which all of our stuff is kind of thrown into here. I have a lot of organizing to do. It was kind of a mad dash to move out of the house this morning just because we still have so much going on. And a part of it stinks because kind of packed too much into a short period of time. And between the businesses and the house, it's been back-to-back insane. So we haven't had as much time to do check-in videos. I'll definitely be doing a van tour really soon. I have to organize it a little bit. It's a bit nuts. So far we're feeling pretty good about the van space. There's a few things that will be changing. You can actually see one of the changes here. There's a little corner right here on the edge of the counter. I've gouged myself on it like 5 times so far. So that corner's made me bleed enough and bruise me enough that it's going to be coming off. So, things like that. But for the most part, all of our stuff fits in the van. Coming from a tiny house, we didn't have that much stuff anyways. So, it worked out, and I had a feeling that it was always going to work out. I've had a lot of questions. A lot of people say, how the heck are you getting all this stuff in your van? And, they're not realizing that we were minimalists kind of to begin with. So we didn't have a ton of stuff. But I just wanted to share the feeling. It's not like it's a happy feeling, but it's just knowing our journey and our path and wanting a house so badly. And we only had the tiny house for a little over a year. We had, owned that property as of, September 9th last year. So to put up a tiny house and live in it until now, the first week in November, a year later, to now have building a van, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of emotion involved there. And I think we're looking forward to the simpler days for sure and making this work. In my previous blog post, I did mention, not everything is going to be simple. There are a few things that actually get a little bit more complicated living in the van, but it's something that we're definitely willing to give a try, and that's what this is all about for us. Being able to explore and travel and have a really small footprint. So super excited. It's going to be, we're going to be pretty tired after tonight. We literally crammed moving everything into one day, 1.5 days, yesterday and today. One thing I really wanted to shoot this morning that I just didn't have time because it was raining and there was too much stress, but we still have a fifth wheel camper that we've been trying to sell for a really long time, and Billy has an odd circumstance where when he's under really high stress, he tends to back things into trees. So this will be the second time now. He actually backed our camper on our lot next door to the tiny house that we are still going to actually own. The camper's over there, and he went to move it this morning, and he backed the camper up into a tree. So there's some damage over there, so that didn't add too much positivity to today. I'm still trying to figure out what this camper is trying to tell us because we've been trying to sell it forever, and it just doesn't seem to want to go, and things keep happening to it, and it keeps breaking, and it's been an interesting journey with the camper. But now we have a busted camper. The whole back end of it is busted. So Billy was pretty wild this morning, dealing with that. So adding that into the equation definitely threw us another nut for the day. But be sure to check in with us, because I'm going to be doing a van walkthrough fairly soon here, definitely within the next couple of days. I've also been asked, for now, where are we headed? What are we doing? Because now we don't have a house. And for now, we're kind of bouncing between family. We've got some people that we'd like to visit before we head west. So we'll probably be in New Hampshire for a little bit around a week from today. So we'll definitely try to see whoever we can, as much of who we can. Even being up in the Lakes region, it was hard to see people. We were just in a very rural spot, and it was kind of a pain for a lot of people to get to. So we want to do a little bit of visiting before we head out. And yeah, so that's the update so far, and I'll be checking back soon. Thanks for following.